Not all costs in your business will impact your profits and your cash flow in the same way. And that's the reason, as a CEO, entrepreneur, business owner, you want to be focusing on, those costs that impact your profits and cash flow in a more powerful way. So that's what we're diving in just for the next few minutes. The do's and don'ts of cost cutting in your business. The first thing you want to do is you want to focus on those costs that directly impact your profits and your cash flow first, right? So, getting into a bit of jargon here, technical terms, you want to focus on those direct costs. What are those costs? Those are costs that directly impact you making that sale. Labor, and it's going to differ depending on your business. So, we think about labor, materials, depending on food costs, depending on the type of business you're in. So, you definitely want to zero in on managing, monitoring those costs first, right? So think of it. It's like, let's say you might have, I'm going to use office supplies as an example. If you're there monitoring money, not so you should not monitor all costs, but if you're trying to nickel and dime, I'm going to cut back on stationery and the pens I'm purchasing, the ink, right? It's not going to impact your profits and your cash flow in the same way as if you manage and, reduce labor costs, materials, food costs, and so forth. So that is why it is important as a CEO and a business owner to understand all the different types of costs in your business. So don't focus on those costs that won't impact your business, your bottom line, your cash flow in a more powerful way. You want to zero in on those costs that impact it on a more powerful way. I'm not saying you should not cut all costs. Let me repeat that. I'm not saying you should not cut all costs, but you need to understand which costs will impact your profits and cash flow in a more powerful way. You will see the needle move bigger when you cut those costs in terms of increased profits and cash flow. So that is one thing you want to do. The second thing is you don't want to be that's one thing you do want to do. Focus on those costs, those direct costs. That's the technical term for them. The other thing that you want to do when it comes to cost, getting tongue tied, cutting costs, cost cutting, is you want to ensure that you are understanding that as your business grows, as your the dynamics, the structure, the operations of your business changes, you're going to have to focus on cutting some costs in your business. So think about that. You want to be increasing efficiencies in your business. So do remember, as the dynamics of your business change, you want to focus on cutting some costs that you realize as you grow, okay, I don't need this anymore. There's a more efficient way to do that. So keep your eyes out as your business is changing, the dynamics, the operations of your business is changing, that you're going to need to cut certain costs. You're going to have to review the costs that you are incurring and cut those ones that make sense to cut. The third thing we'll talk quickly on is that you want to make sure that you are constantly reviewing costs. A lot of times you might say, okay, oh, this bill is fine and the subscription is fine. However, bear in mind that things do change, costs change in your business. So you want to be looking into, okay, inflation has gone up. I might have something different happening in my business. It is now time to not have this cost anymore. Sometimes there's some subscriptions that you forgot about. You're not using it. You're subscribed for a year or two. And so a quick way to do that is to review your bank statement, your credit card statements periodically, probably every 3 months, 6 months, is to realize, do I really need this subscription? Do I need to pay this? Can I find a cheaper alternative? Do I need to have, let's say, the premium plan? Can I go back down to basic? Things like those. So that is another thing you want to do in the whole world of cost cutting in your business. So cost cutting, do remember not all costs will impact your profits, your bottom line in the same way, your cash flow. So you want to ensure that you are on top of the most effective way to really cost cuts in your business. Because when you're cutting costs, you want to make sure you can see the results, the benefit. You want to be like, okay, I cut all this, and then you're like, okay, I don't see it in my numbers. I don't see it in my profits. I don't see it in my bank account. What's happening? So bear that in mind as you're choosing the costs to cut in your business. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to continue the conversation and talk more with you. And do remember to share this video. And if you have any questions, definitely send me a message, a DM, or you can email me. Yeah, email or send me a DM or even a text or phone call. Signing off in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.